Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to jump on today. We're going to give a couple minutes for people to get signed up and allow a couple of the latecomers to join, and then we will get started here in about 5 minutes. Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to start here in probably about 2 minutes, just letting a couple of the latecomers join, and then we'll get started. We appreciate you and appreciate the patience. Thanks. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. If anyone kind of joins us here a little bit late, we'll bring them up to speed. But just want to make sure that we stay on time and make this as short and sweet as possible for everybody. So we appreciate everyone that was able to jump on today and attend. A couple of few housekeeping items is we are recording the webinar. So what we will do is we will send the recording out most likely early tomorrow morning, and also along with the PowerPoint presentation as well too. With that being said, James McKinley on our side will also be moderating and taking a look at the questions and answers. Please feel free to type them in as we go. And James, if you can either stop us or just hold them off till the end, and then we'll make sure to get to them as we can get to them. So today we will be specifically talking about the BeBroadband solution in partnership with BBT.Live. Here at MitoTec, we're very, very excited about it for a next-gen SD-WAN solution that you can go after your SMB customer specifically, and it's kind of a niche market. And in that, being able to white label the solution, allowing for you to generate some more revenue, become a little bit more stickier with your customers, and obviously provide some of the optimization that SD-WAN provides, along with some security and operational benefits as well. For the agenda here, we'll be taking a look at a real quick introduction to MitoTec. I see a couple familiar names and a couple new names, so we'll briefly touch on that. Just deep dive kind of into the service opportunity that we see, like I'd mentioned, specifically for the SMB market, your small to medium-sized businesses. Then we also have Erez on the line as well, all the way from Israel. We appreciate him jumping on and joining us today. He is the Chief Product and Chief Revenue Officer for BBT.Live. He will be deep diving into the solution and providing the advantages and some of the differentiators between the SD-WAN solution that BeBroadband provides with the BBT.Live team. We will then highlight the pricing structure, the go-to-market strategy, and being able to leverage the ability to white label or private label this opportunity with your current and existing customers and also your future customers. And then, like I said, we will open it up for a brief, short question and answer here at the end. So, like I said, thank you everyone for taking the time to join us. I do like to highlight some of the key tones or key benefits of what we are looking for everyone to get out of this webinar and presentation today. And that is the potential market opportunity that the BeBroadband solution brings specifically for the SMB market and some of the key trends that we're seeing in that industry. Obviously, then we'll allow Erez to show and speak to the advantages and the technical side of what makes BeBroadband solution, the service, and BBT.Live really a key and industry leader in the market today. And then how do you provide and how do you utilize the BeBroadband solution to better position yourselves as MS or as service providers, MSPs, or whatever services you may provide to your current and future customers. A little bit about who I am. My name is Joe Regan. I have been with the Convergence family here going on about 10 years. We also have James McKinley from the MitoTec side on as well. We are both senior account executives and have worked on both the hardware side and also the services side with MitoTec here going on. I won't date us, James, but James has a little bit more experience than me, so I'll just leave it at that. I won't date him too hard. But MitoTec ourselves is we are a service provider, and in that we have been a WISP and also have provided MSP services since our inception since 1995. So a lot of the solutions and what we do and what we bring to market are fully baked based off of our kind of proprietary approach here of built by a service provider for a service provider. As I mentioned, we are a proud member of the Convergence family of businesses. With that, we have our sister company, CTI, that handles hardware distribution in North America, and then also IPPay, who is a merchant processing, credit card processing provider as well to the service provider industry. MitoTec ourselves have a combined technical engineering experience of about 75 years in both the network side of the house and also the telecommunications side of the house. With that, we do provide 24/7 by 365 NOC support on all the services that we provide to our customers and all of the service providers that we support. We do pride ourselves in something that I pride myself in is the proprietary approach that we take to all the solutions and services that we provide, and that's through a design, build, support approach. So with that, most of our engineers here are very familiar with the solutions that we provide. They assist with the implementation of those services to our customers, along with most of the times you're working directly with the engineer that assisted you with your setup and approach. for any type of troubleshooting questions that you may have. So they're very familiar with your specific design, your specific implementation, and how to work with you to assist you as much as they can. With that, MitoTec's main point of business is providing services to other service providers that you can white label, that you can drive some additional recurring revenue from, and most importantly, become stickier with your customer base. As most of us know, building brand loyalty and utilizing solutions like the BeBroadband solution just drives brand loyalty, and you become a little bit more stickier with those customers. And one of the key components of a loyal customer is they're 5 times likely to repurchase, 5 times as likely to forgive, 4 times as likely to refer you to another customer, and 7 times as likely to try a new offering. And really what that comes down to is the ability to bundle additional solutions and services to your current SMB customers and providing them a one-of-a-kind kind of solution, single source, single vendor type of approach and feel to what you may be offering. And what the BeBroadband solution does is it just drives an additional revenue source that you can utilize, and also provides a lot more of an operational and benefits to those customers based off of some of the other solutions or services that you may be offering to them. And what that does is it, in turn, provides your customers with a more, or provides you apparently essentially with a more longer term customer loyalty, and also assists with acquiring new customers, simplifies and benefits your customer in the buying and spending experience. And what it can also do is obviously increase the average order value through the combination of the various services that you may offer them as one solution, and allowing you to bundle those solutions to become a little bit more stickier and obviously build that brand loyalty. With that, some of the other services that we do offer on top of the or in the ability to bundle with the BeBroadband solution is we do offer a reseller program with an all-over-the-top TV streaming platform known as Vidgo. We've also recently released a security and automations program, which would include for the branches or locations for your customers and the security components that go along with that, where you own the customer and you bill them for the service. We do also have our white labeled voice over IP platform built off of a single low monthly cost rate per each of the DIDs that you provide to your customer base. And then the other, component here that you can put with the BeBroadband solution is we do also have and extend some white label connectivity options, whether it be either be with LTE connections like your Verizons, or with our exclusive relationship with Viasat. In total, and what we strive for here is you bill your customer, you own your customer, our support team takes care of everything else. And what we're really trying to do, and what we're really excited about with the BeBroadband solution, is the ability and the benefits that it brings to market, specifically in acquiring and selling to the SMB side, your small to medium-sized businesses. And I really think one of the main key components of being able to sell into the SMB market is that mostly and mainly most of us here are all SMBs ourselves, right? So with that, we know and we have the feel of our customer base because ourselves, we are an SMB as well. And with that, there obviously comes some additional benefits to it. The predictability and the steadiness of the revenue streams that you can provide, the scalability and growth of the SMB space, building on those long-term customer relationships, becoming more stickier with your current customer base, and building and leveraging those key relationships. It also reduces your sales cycle and can even, essentially help with your marketing costs as well. It also provides you with the ability, based off of some of the other services that we may offer, or some of the other services that you offer as a service provider, to as an SMB, being allowed to cross and upsell them on some of the other solutions that you may be able to offer them, and even advance and optimize while leveraging also the BeBroadband solution as part of that solutions portfolio moving forward. And what it does is also in SMB space is there's a lot of adaptability, and with that, a lot of customization that you can do to kind of become more stickier and become a little bit more of a solutions provider, service provider type feel to that customer. There are some key components that we see specifically in selling to the SMB market that really have kind of came based off of the use of cloud computing, and where we can see that the BeBroadband solution specifically will also assist in some of those trends and allowing you to stay kind of ahead of the curve when it comes to the SMB market and building that brand loyalty. And comes in different functions, but most importantly is the ability for digital transformation. And what that really is doing is what we're seeing increasingly amounts of is the SMBs are utilizing and leveraging, the cloud to kind of rely less on the heavy infrastructure to utilize, a lot of the applications that they're using for collaboration, communication, and obviously staying and being engaged more with their customer base and becoming more competitive themselves. With that, as I mentioned, is the ability of utilizing the cloud computing and leveraging the BeBroadband solution to optimize and assist those customers by providing them a better customer experience with the applications that you're offering, which can kind of, which entails voice over IP, video conferencing, Microsoft Office 365, any type of cloud-based services that they may be utilizing and leveraging. With that, obviously becomes probably the stickiest word that we're dealing with in today's climate, and that's security, right? It seems to kind of be the top of everyone's mind, and obviously it's on top of an SMB's mind as well, with a lot of the trends that we're seeing, unfortunately, over the last couple of years here with different attacks, through the cyber side of the house. And what BeBroadband does offer that Erez will touch on here shortly is the ability to provide some of that advanced security upfront to your customers and becoming a little bit more stickier, obviously, by providing them that solution. And really, it also, what it does is what we've noticed is SMBs are really becoming a little bit more opt-in or a little bit more into the idea of having a single source for your vendor or a single source vendor relationship, as far as you being their service provider and looking at you as a service provider to potentially provide them with that single source, kind of one throat to choke, for lack of better terms, ability. And with some of the solutions that we offer, and then obviously with the BeBroadband solution too, that's what we're really trying to do, is give you guys the tools in the tool belt to obviously become that single source vendor and provide them with the solutions that they're looking for at the services and the experience that they want. And with that being said, what we're really also noticing is that the SMB market, specifically for SD-WAN, is really becoming the biggest driver and is projected to grow the fastest here in the next 20 to 30, by 2030, which is in the next 7 years. And what I really like to just show here is the potential of the marketplace and the opportunity that's still out there. Obviously, SD-WAN has been around for a couple of years now, but the SMB market is really kind of slowly and more so now quickly becoming more and more aware of it and looking for solutions from their service providers to be able to provide. And that's what the BeBroadband solution and why we're so excited to add them to our solutions portfolio for our customer really drives. It's, according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, there's 33.2 million registered medium to small size businesses out there. And there's a projected forecasted compound annual growth for SD-WAN services specifically to grow by 31% by the year 2030. So what we're seeing is we're seeing a trend here of SMBs really starting to adapt and really starting to look for those one-stop shops and solutions like BeBroadband and what BBT.Live brings to the table to be able to offer them. So with that, I will hand the reins over to Erez As I mentioned, Erez is the Chief Product Officer and Chief Revenue Officer of BBT.Live. And Erez, if you can kind of quickly touch on BeBroadband, we'd really appreciate it. And we appreciate you taking the time, and we're real excited for the opportunity that you guys have extended to us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Joe, for the nice introduction. And of course, thanks for MitoTec to arrange this nice event. Yeah, I will speak about BeBroadband and in direct continuation to the introduction of Joe. If you jump to the next slide, please, then we see a real demand of this service today, as was mentioned, but also by Joe. We provide it as a service, the BeBroadband solution, mainly to service providers like you guys. And the service is basically where security and connectivity are met. And we are looking here at three main areas that are saying why service providers will really adopt this solution. So one of them is really accelerate the sales cycles of service providers to their most lucrative customers, the business customers. With the solution, we reduce the customer acquisition costs and minimize the OpEx. We basically provide a very simple solution that can be self-installed with the ability of the business customer to look into the network. It is a fully managed solution. So this is how we really reduce the acquisition cost, provide a better OpEx structure, and accelerate the sales cycle. Accelerating the sales cycle as we provide it as a full service. Nothing to really to add. We provide it all as a service, including the hardware components, the software components, the cloud services, etc. So it's just to set up the service with a zero investment, basically all provided as a service. Now the offering is including the connectivity, the secured connectivity, which is a very flexible connectivity across clouds. The connectivity of the branches of the multi-branch SMBs is done via an overlay network towards cloud locations. We have cloud locations all over the US. So branch offices and also individual users can be connected to the service. Together with the connectivity, I was talking about security, very important. There is no connectivity today without security. So we do provide also firewall services as part of the solution. A full SASE solution, which is very common now in the industry, secured access solution with the full cybersecurity suite. The solution is using a multi-link, agnostic to the underlay, agnostic to the network. It can be delivered over any network. Joe mentioned satellite networks such as Viasat, cellular networks, or any of the fixed network, the fixed access network over fiber or over copper. We can connect to any network, and more important, we can connect to several networks for high availability. Meaning if there is a failure in one network, we still keep the solution in the air, giving a high available connectivity to the SMBs. Very important for retail markets, for healthcare, for any of the vertical segments of the SMBs to be fully connected. Each and every SMB today is dependent on the telecommunication. Now, it's not only availability, but it's also the aggregation of the bandwidth, being able to provide more bandwidth even in locations where there is lack of bandwidth, maybe signal reception problems, so we can deliver over any network and aggregate several networks together. Now, for the solution is specifically designed for service providers, and multi-tenancy is one of the examples. Each service provider serve several tenants, several business customers. With our solution, basically we separate the resources of the network to each and every tenant and give the access to each tenant to its own slice of the network, so each tenant can decide about connectivity policies, about security policies. I mean, the IT organization of each tenant can control it remotely by using the orchestration system that we provide together with the solution. Last in the list here, but not least, is the zero-touch provisioning. All of the industry is talking about zero-touch provisioning. I was talking about OpEx reduction. This is one of the elements that are driving OpEx down, being able to deliver a piece of hardware connected to the network. The hardware identify itself to the network, and the service is configured remotely by the orchestration system, and in a few minutes the service is up and running. Now, our solution is based on collaboration with several industry leaders. We are using Check Point for security. As you can see here at the edge of the network, we have a Check Point embedded in the software, in the devices. We are using Rode-Schwarz as our DPI engine, deep packet inspection. And we are agnostic to the hardware. The hardware itself is a compute device, as you can see here at the edge of the network. And we have two strategic partners that provide the hardware. But at the end of the day, we are hardware agnostic. This is a compute device, x86-based compute device that can drive the performance, the connectivity over the underlay to the cloud. Now, for each and every location at the edge, could be a headquarters location, office branch, or even a home user, we provide the software at the edge, which is connected to the network via the different links. As I said before, it could be a satellite link, it could be a cellular link, or it could be a fixed network link provided by the operators, by Verizon, AT&T, and the others. And the solution basically is an overlay solution above those networks. We create connectivity to the cloud. The cloud is part of our solution. We have a software which is running on the cloud that can do the aggregation and can do the mesh connectivity between the branch offices, between the offices and the headquarters, using the cloud, and also direct the traffic using the cloud to a full suite of cybersecurity applications with Check Point, who is our partner. We are using Google as our partner or other service cloud providers to deliver the service. All this solution is controlled by our orchestration system that can give managed connectivity and control of the security. So basically, from a single orchestration system, you can do the connectivity and the policies of the security, and we provide it all as a service.
All right, before you go forward, we do have a question. So even though the hardware is hardware agnostic, the question is what equipment is the SD-WAN using? If they were to purchase from us, what equipment do we have with it? If they didn't have their own.
Okay, so the only equipment in terms of hardware component that should be delivered is this edge unit. And this edge unit is basically x86 based computer based on our recommendations, based on our certified hardware providers. So we have Advantech, which they have a presence in the US, and we have another partner. It's an Israeli manufacturer of hardware. Their name is Silicom. They also have presence in the US. So basically, for the end customers and for the service providers, the hardware is part of the solution, okay? And it is provided as a service as well, okay? So it's a standard off-the-shelf compute box. Hope I answered the question. Any other questions?
Not at this time. I'll let you guys know. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
One just popped up. Is this available as a software-only solution?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, software should run on a piece of hardware, on a VM. So whenever you provide a VM at the edge, or you provide any kind of server, then the hardware can be avoided. We run on every x86 device agnostically. So there is an option to run on a VM at the edge, and as I've shown in the picture, if you go back to the chart, the chart, you can see that we also provide software to be installed on the home PC that can be connected to the cloud. For a home user, we provide a solution which is called individual user ZTNA, zero trust network access, that connects you to the SD-WAN cloud, and basically connects you to the internet, connects you to your headquarters, or to any cloud application that you can select. Okay, so the answer is yes. We can run on any type of hardware. It shouldn't be this specific piece of hardware that we provide as part of the solution.
Great. There's no more questions at this time.
Okay, now let's see what are the benefits that the customer gets. A full secured mesh connectivity between the branches, mainly for SMBs that are multi-branch SMBs. Simple deployment and management, meaning you have a full visibility to the connectivity, not only to the connectivity, but also using our DPI mechanism, deep packet inspection. We provide a full analytics of the applications on the application level that are running. So basically, if people are doing Facebook, LinkedIn, Office, any other application, we count the traffic, we present reports of the traffic on a per user basis, on a per session basis, and all the protocols. So it's a full analytics of the traffic, which is being delivered from the office, from the branch office, and not only from the branch office, but by each and every user which is connected to the LAN at the branch office. I was talking about multi-connection bonding. Connection to the WAN could be over several links, not only a single link. It could be for failover in case of one of the links failure, and also for bandwidth aggregation, load balancing, etc. So it is a fully high availability solution that using the resources of the network from different providers, by the way, and with taking into account also the cost. So if you would like to reduce the cost of your connectivity and don't use expensive MPLS network, then you can run over cheap internet connectivity and getting the performance of an MPLS network. Prioritization of the data. For example, if you have a voice session that should be prioritized, should be routed to the lowest delay network, because voice is a sensitive application to delay, then we can identify it by our deep packet inspection mechanism that is part of our solution, and divert the session to the lowest delay network. By this solution, you basically reduce the amount of boxes that you need in your office. It basically consists of all the routers and the CPEs and all of what you need for WAN optimization in your branch. As I said before, it also includes a SASE solution, a full cybersecurity that can be consumed from the cloud. Very cost-effective solution to provide a fully secured connectivity. As I said, we have the best of breed partners as part of our solution. Big companies known in the industry, Check Point for cybersecurity, Rode Schwarz for WAN optimization, and DPI. I guess that you know these companies. They have a lot of presence in the US as well. For OpEx reduction, zero-touch provisioning, self-installation. Basically, service providers can deliver the edge unit to the end customer to deploy it themselves. They have to power it up, connect it to the network, and then the unit identify itself to the orchestration system. The profile is being downloaded to the unit, and the unit starts working after 2-3 minutes. That's all. Service is automatically provisioned. Everything is automatic. We talked about multi-tenancy. So service providers can manage different tenants, different SMBs separately, and also can give them access to the solution, remote access to the orchestration system. By the way, we can access via PC. It's a web access, or even by a mobile phone. We have an application running on a mobile phone, so you can access the orchestration. The technician can access the orchestration from his mobile phone and get a full picture of the network and the services by the self-service portal, which is a great advantage as well.
Thank you, Erez. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So yeah, as Erez mentioned, a lot of the key components and key advantages that the BeBroadband solution drives in the implementation, integration, and overall services solution that's provided to your SMB customer base. And as we know, SD-WAN is not new to the market space, but the BeBroadband solution and the exclusivity that it provides to our solution providers may be new as we're bringing on the new partnership. And with that, we see some key differentiators, obviously, in why MitoTec has chosen to move forward with BeBroadband versus other SD-WAN solutions, and then in turn have moved it over to providing it as a recurring service that our existing and new service providers customers can then leverage as well. And as Erez had mentioned too, the ability for it to be hardware flexible, the ease of the integration and setup with the zero-touch provisioning coming as a complete plug-and-play component, along with the support that the MitoTec team will also assist as well with your teams as far as for implementation and understanding your design and adequately providing the service that's utilized and needed for that. As Erez had mentioned, also the centralization of the management of the security policies along with the cloud-based orchestrator. And with that coming the key partnerships and key advantages that BeBroadband and BBT.Live has secured with Check Point Security and Rode and Schwarz for DPI inspection as well. It does come with the ability to host it on your own private cloud, or you could utilize the cloud services that BBT.Live offers as well. Another strategic and obviously key benefit to the market is our channel only distribution process, and that we're only providing these solutions, only providing this specifically for our channel partners, and structuring a channel around a built by service provider for the service provider type of model. And then obviously that comes with the white labeled opportunity or private labeled opportunity that BeBroadband and BBT.Live has extended to MitoTec's partnerships and to MitoTec's partners that you can't really see in any of the other solutions out there today. So quickly touching on the white labeled opportunity and what it does for you. As I had mentioned, is the ease of implementation. It obviously as a MitoTec service does come with our availability of our engineering team, along with the availability. And I can speak to this myself, going through a couple of implementations. Kudos to Erez and his team and the BBT team is they make themselves very available and support MitoTec along with our customers on all the various implementations that we're seeing as we're bringing this to market. And then it also comes with obviously the ability to expand your service opportunity, and with that obviously increasing your revenues and profits by being able to provide a white labeled SD-WAN SASE like service, along with optimizing, as Erez had mentioned before, optimizing the network connectivity specifically for other services or other applications that you may be offering to your customer, just engaging them a little bit more, providing a better level of customer experience, along with potentially allowing you the ability to not have to rely on traditional MPLS circuits anymore, and lowering the total cost of bandwidth and lower total cost of ownership of your SMB customers, while still providing them the network enhancements and the network optimization that the BeBroadband solution does provide. And mainly as we like to focus on with our white labeled opportunities that we offer here at MitoTec is most importantly, you own your customer. You bill them for the service. You know your customer better than anyone else does. So however you want to position it to your customer base is 100% up to you. And with that, obviously being able to bill them directly for your service allows for the different ways in which you want to bring the solution to the market. And we're here just to support you in any way that we can to obviously allow for you to do that.
Hey, now, Joe, we do got a couple of questions. Do you want to wait to the end or? I don't know how many you got left.
Let's get over the most fun part, the pricing, real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we can open up the questions for everybody.
All right.
So with the white labeled opportunity, does come obviously the pricing, which is the fun part that Erez made sure to leave to me. So I get to just quickly highlight the pricing and how it does work. And how it works is obviously is based on a subscription cost. The subscription is a monthly cost. You can see over on the right-hand side of the screen, it does come with the different counts. And then based off of a 1 to 10 deployment as far as for each of the edge points or endpoints that you do license, it comes in at your cost roughly around $90 a month. Once you move into that 11 or higher licensed endpoint devices, we reduce the price for you right around $70 a month. And that's just a one-time, once-a-month subscription rate that you just pay for the engagement or lifetime of the engagement with your current customer base. I'll very quickly go over this, but just to I know there's some questions that we need to get to here. So what we're really trying to do, and to the advantages and to the key of what Erez had provided, the overview, is the simplifying the go-to-market strategy by lowering the total cost of ownership of your customers, providing them with an SD-WAN WAN SASE solution that is specifically built for the SMB market, exclusively built for them in partnership with BeBroadband, providing the optimization of the other services that you may offer, just to reduce obviously that total cost of ownership, driving for higher customer satisfaction, better customer experience, and also obviously leveraging then the brand loyalty and the ability to bundle multiple solutions into one solution overall for your current or future customer base. With that, it's an easy step to get started. All you need to do is either reach out to James or myself. What we will do is coordinate, obviously, get you some documentation to look over, along with the pricing structure and some of the stuff that we had highlighted here. From there, we'll probably make an introduction to the engineering team on our side, along with the BBT team if we need to. Deep dive a little bit more into the implementation, and from there, give you the tools and tool belt to get started and continue to move forward. So with that, James, if you want to open it up to question and answers, and we can deep dive into those.
No problem. This old man still got some good eyes to see. I don't think I forgot about that crack about how old I am. All right, so we had a few questions. One of the questions is, can you connect computers and servers and files across offices?
Yeah, maybe you want me to take it, Joe?
Oh, yes. Yeah, if you can, Erez.
Okay, will be. Yeah, I see here basically 3 questions. So with your permission, I will answer all of them together because the 3 questions are basically talking about the same subject of the connectivity between the branches. So yes, that's the main event. That's the main purpose of this solution, to connect branches. And branches, we provide a connectivity. Now, whatever you do on top of our connectivity, you can do everything. So you can connect computers, servers, you can connect to a printer, which is the last question here, whether you can print from one office to the other office. And the answer is yes. If you allow it in your application layer, then of course we provide a full connectivity between the branches. So the answer is yes. There was another question here about the static IP address. So we support both. We have a DHCP mechanism, so we can do a NAT and allocate addresses to the office and different IP subnetworks. And we can also configure a static IP address that you get from the operator, or you bring it yourself. So we can do both, DHCP or a static IP address.
You see the next question, or you want me to ask? Is your device an edge device or a second layer?
It's hopefully I understand the question correctly. It is a second layer, as I understand the question, meaning if there is a DSL connection to the office, then there is a DSL modem, and we are connected to the DSL modem. Okay, if there is a satellite link, then there is a satellite modem, and we are connected to the satellite modem. In case of cellular, we do have the option to provide the cellular modem as part of the box. Okay, so we have a version of 1 cellular and 2 cellular, and the connectivity to the Other modems, which are external modem, is done by standard Ethernet ports that we provide as part of the box. So there is a WAN side of the box, and there is a LAN side of the box, which is connected to the office network. The WAN side is connected to the different modems, could be GPON ONT, could be DSL modem, could be satellite modem. And as I said, cellular can be integrated modems into the box. And on the LAN side, we provide, again, Ethernet, several Ethernet ports that can be connected to the switch of your office or directly to the users, assuming that there are very few users. There is another question here. Your box replaces the location's router. Our box is a layer 3 router as well that can connect to the underlay. Yes. Now it depends on the structure of the office. If you have another router, then we can connect to the router, but it is the configuration of the office itself. What other question I see here? Do you provide a static IP address for all locations? Basically, yes, but we are not the static IP address provider. Whenever you have a static IP address, it can be configured to each and every location. What are the prices of the hardware? I'll pass it to you, Joe.
Yes, yeah, and depending on the units itself, there's, like as Erez had mentioned, we do have a couple different options. What we can do is we can, James, if you can follow up, or we can follow up and provide the pricing for the different hardware options. We can get a quote over to you along with the specs and the schematics and everything like that after the webinar here.
That seems like, if any other more questions that's going to pop up here, guess I'll go ahead and leave it back to you, Joe.
Great. Well, we appreciate everyone jumping on. We appreciate the questions, and we will make sure to follow up if there's anything that we may have missed, and along with getting the hardware pricing over. James, if you can make a note of who asked that question, we'll definitely follow up by the end of the day. But we want to thank you guys for all taking the time. Erez, thank you for joining us. I know it's a little bit later for you, so we appreciate you jumping on and drinking some extra coffee for us today. And we look forward to the partnership.
Same here. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And I hope everyone has a great day. And we appreciate everyone joining.
Great day. Bye-bye.